Hi there, and thanks for tuning in again. This week I actually was back in the office for the first time in quite a while, and I also did something I was planning to do for quite some weeks, but always the weather was just making it inconvenient, so I was managing to do it this week. If you want to find out what that is, stay with me, and as always, for now I just say thanks for watching. As you might have seen in the intro and will likely see throughout this whole video, it is very windy today. And you might remember that I have a directional microphone and a wind cancelling thing to put over it, a dead cat. And that hopefully will reduce a lot of the wind noises, but I already checked that it will not kill all of them likely, so I excuse myself for any issues with the audio. And also a quick call out, you might remember that I was planning to use this device a lot in my videos and I didn't do the last few weeks, and the reason is that if it is not windy then I will not use it, for the reason that sometimes I have audio dropouts, just the sound vanishing for a fraction of a second, and I don't know if that is due to some connective issues with the microphone and the cell phone, or if it is something that is broken inside my cell phone. I don't have those issues if I don't use a microphone, so I think it is either the connection or the microphone itself, but that is the reason why I've not used that constantly. So just a quick heads up. Of course, on my way here I ran into my little friend again, and I don't want to keep the images I captured from you, so here they are. Okay, on Tuesday I was actually back in the office for the first time in a while, and I did so because of two reasons. First of all, one of our leaders was there and I haven't met her in quite a while and I want to link in with her personally. And we had some nice talks on a personal basis and also about the job, and it was quite interesting and helpful, so I enjoyed that. The other reason was that I was performing an interview for a project I'm doing. And for that I was interviewing a colleague about some stuff that was going on in his team, and I was quite nervous because I've never done that before. I filmed myself a lot but never someone else, so that was interesting for me, but also pretty intense, but I think it went quite well. Of course, being in the office, I also opted to eat in the cantina, and I have to say I was surprised and shocked both that they actually managed to offer everything they offer us completely bland. You know, I had a steak which tasted like nothing. I had to put in a lot of salt and pepper. There was vegetables which usually are not tasting like anything in a cantina. I had a baked potato with some cream on it, and the cream tasted like nothing, and they even managed to cook all of the taste out of the potato, so it didn't even taste like potato. It also was completely taste neutral, which was quite an art form, I guess, that they developed there. That of course showed me that it was the right decision that I'm working from home now completely and not in a flex model where I have to go there sometimes. And the other reason why I thought that was a good decision was that usually it takes me about 45, maybe 60 minutes to get to work if things are going very badly. And on Tuesday it took me 1.5 hours to go there because there was a redirection and you couldn't even use the autobahn as usual. And my way back took actually 2 hours because trains were cancelled and stuff like that was happening. So I was pretty happy that that is just a one-off now. I don't have to go there constantly. And I even tried to time it to be back home for a meeting, but 2 hours for the way home I just didn't make it. So I decided to at least use the time a little bit more productively, and I decided to get a haircut because I was planning to get one for quite a while and it was necessary. So here you see me before.
Und boom, Haare weg.
On Wednesday I was meeting someone in a small club where they were screening Wild at Heart, the movie from David Lynch. And I have to say the movie in my memory was way better than it actually turned out to be when I watched it again for the second time in my life, I would say. And yeah, I still liked it somehow, but I guess for different reasons now than I did back then. On Thursday my sister called me because her cat was not feeling well and it needed some special food, which needed to be picked up from the veterinarian. So she asked me to pick it up because she was supposed to watch the cat. Also, she has some issues with her back right now, so it would be a task for her to get out. I was thinking that this might be the perfect opportunity because the weather was quite nice to finally get back on my bike, which I was planning to do for weeks on end, but never could do due to the weather or due to other reasons. So I suited up, I prepared myself, I put my helmet on. I guess I look pretty stupid and uncool with that helmet, but I tell myself better to look a little bit of uncool there than to have someone scrap my brain from the streets in case I have an accident. So here you see a few impressions of me driving around. Okay, I also wanted to take the opportunity to address something I said last week, because there I was talking about the movie The Flash, and I was saying that you could pretty much tune out what was going on with Ezra Miller in the press when you watch the movie. And I have to say I didn't have the full picture, because I only heard some stuff at the beginning and I didn't know that Ezra was also accused to being violent against women and maybe even against kids. So would I have known that, it might have changed my perspective and maybe I wouldn't even have watched the movie. But I think it's a tough topic, you know, because first of all, everyone is supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. That is one thing. And the other thing is that if you want to boycott someone, it makes sense maybe if it is a singer, because then you only heard that singer and maybe the venue and maybe some kind of catering person, but it would be a one-off that you heard them, but it would be quite contained. If it is a band, you also would heard the band, but they are still backing the singer, so it would also be fair game, I guess. But if it comes to a movie or TV show, it's really complicated because there are so many people involved to creating that. Of course, most of them are already paid off, so for most of them it doesn't make a big difference if the movie is being released or not. But for everyone who is having a stake in there, like all the other actors, maybe some emerging actor who saw that as his big shot, maybe some editors or the cameraman, maybe someone who is new in a project like that, where they were hoping to have that as their breakthrough. So I would say the more people are involved in a project, the tougher it is to say, let's just boycott it, because you really hurt a lot of people just to punish one. And for that reason, I think it's a tough decision to make. I guess there is no right or wrong in how to handle that in our position. But I just wanted to address it because it's something that is always playing in my mind. And I was always thinking about what's the right thing to do there. Okay, now for our food corner, and I guess it will be a short one because I only tested one product that I really thought was worth mentioning, and that is a special brand of Fanta, which is strawberry and kiwi. I wanted to highlight that it was tasting okay. It didn't really taste like kiwi. It tasted maybe a little bit like strawberry, but I wouldn't have noticed that. The taste overall was quite artificial, but okay. But it was for certain not worth the 10 points that can of drink was costing me. Okay, let's finally get to the weight results for this week. And I have to say I was pretty surprised because on Saturday, yesterday, I was invited to a birthday which didn't happen due to sickness of the host. But the hosts were usually known for preparing a lot of nice food, so I was expecting to eat a lot. And for that reason, I was saving a lot of points over the week. I ended up saving 5 because once I knew it was cancelled, I had a little bit on Friday and Saturday, some points more than my daily allowance. But I still was able to save up 5 points on top of my weekly allowance. So I was pretty sure I was losing weight, but I was actually gaining 200 grams. But I don't know, maybe that is muscle mass from me driving around on my bike. Maybe it was because yesterday I was having watermelon and also a lot of salads. So maybe there was a lot of fluids I took in that still not have left my body yet. I'm pretty confident that next week the weight will go down quite a lot again. And I don't worry in the least right now. Well, that was my week. It was not that successful in regards of weight loss, but again, I don't worry. It will go down again next week quite prominently, I hope. So for now, I say I hope that you have reached all your goals this week. I hope the next week will be a great one for all of us again. I thank you for watching. I hope you stay safe until next time. And if you like, switch in again next week. Until then, thanks for watching.